Episode 2. The Ride Home. The drive home was quiet. Too quiet. The radio was on, but I couldn't tell you what was playing. My hand stayed locked on the steering wheel as mile after mile of Illinois farmland rolled past my windshield. Usually, driving helped me think. Today, it only gave my thoughts more room to run. I kept replaying the convention in my head. The whispers, the stares, the way people looked away whenever I caught them looking. And then, the confrontation. I could still see the expressions on their faces after I walked over to their table. Some looked embarrassed, some looked annoyed. Others acted like I was the problem for asking a simple question. I let out a long breath. I should have just walked away. But another voice inside me answered, "No, you had every right to ask." The truth was, I still didn't know whether I was proud of myself or embarrassed by how angry I'd become. I hated losing my composure. As an attorney, your reputation follows you everywhere. People don't just remember what you say, they remember how you say it. And now, I couldn't stop wondering what people at that convention would be saying after I left. Would they remember me as a good attorney? Or would they remember me as the woman who confronted another table during lunch? When I finally turned onto our street in Mapleton, it was already dark. The neighborhood was quiet. Porch lights glowed in front of a few houses as my headlights swept across the pavement. When I pulled into our driveway, I could see the lights were still on inside the house. For a moment, I didn't move. I just sat there behind the wheel, both hands still resting on the steering wheel. After everything that happened at the convention, I wasn't ready to carry those emotions inside with me. But then, the front door opened. Lee stepped outside. He stood beneath the porch light and looked toward the car. One look at my face as I climbed out, and his expression changed. "You okay?" I tried to answer. Instead, I just shook my head. He walked down the steps toward me.
"What happened?"
I glanced toward the house. "Let's go inside." He nodded. "Come on." We walked inside together. I dropped my briefcase beside the kitchen table. Before I even sat down, Lee handed me a glass of sweet tea. He knew me that well. He waited, never rushing me, never interrupting. Finally, I looked up. "I think I made a mistake today." Lee frowned. "What kind of mistake?" I stared into my glass. "I let them get to me." Lee leaned back in his chair. "What happened?" I took a deep breath. Then, for the first time, I told him
This what
everything.
happened.